Bow. My name is AmberNicole. My name is Taty, and I'm from Gainesville, Florida.
Taty is getting a layered beaded bob. We did her retwist a few days ago, and we were like, you know what? Let's go ahead and give it a style. She really said, I'm Rick James, and I was like, that was really, I guess, the inspo.
Yeah.
You know, Rick James, a vibe, you know what I mean? The beads always eat. So we're doing like a little beaded pattern, 1, 2. We're doing like this shimmery white with a color on each. So it's 3 beads on each, and you'll see they'll be like precise and like layered, really like structured.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
And if you go to @AmberNicole hair, at that one, you'll see another style we did, like some inspo from like last year. We did a braided layered look, but it was longer. It was so cool, and it had gold and dark beads. Check that out for inspo.
I got my LLC for Created to Create in 2020. I have always worked in like a traditional salon setting. You know, when I was in high school, that was my first job. And then I got to college, and I remember applying for jobs, but I couldn't get any. So I just started doing hair out of my dorm, actually. And most of the time it was just like regular braids, you know, girls in college and everybody, like they just get like box braids and like knotless braids and the basics. Like it wasn't really anything exciting. It was more like, just do this, you get money, you go home, you live your life. And that was that. But I got to a point where it was like, what am I supposed to do? Hair for the rest of my life? And it was like, we were in Florida. I was 22 at the time. By that time I'd already started a studio. We already had a team. And it was like, I know that this can't be it. Like, I know I can stay here and just make money and be a stylist, and that's cool. But it was like, there has to be more. There just had to be more. And I felt like there was something else, something more to do. And I just had this idea. And I remember just like talking to my sisters, and I'm like, I want to start a creative beauty company. I don't know what that means. Right now I just do hair, but I know that I wanted to do something beyond hair. And it was deeper than just like starting a salon or just like, you know, like I said, just doing hair. It was like, I want to change like the idea of what the beauty industry means. I don't know necessarily, like I said, what that means. And we're still figuring that out as we go. But I think that the journey has been beautiful in discovering that and like pushing ourselves, pushing our creative boundaries, and like just growing together. Like, it's been a journey.
My entire introduction into becoming a hairstylist was something of, I'm just going to do it because I feel like I can, and these prices are too high, so I'm gonna just do it. And then actually starting to be a real stylist, like for commission and whatnot. In 2021, it was more catching up, especially coming like from learning from Amber. She'd already been doing hair by like 8 years at that point. I got frustrated with myself. I'm watching this girl bust out these styles, whip them out like, and I'm like struggling to put in a knotless braid. I say I got to New York from a simple conversation on a balcony. We had a studio in my apartment at the time, and it was 4 of us working, and I just told the girls, I was like, hey guys, like I plan on going to New York. I just want to try it out for a month. I was confused, like, because I couldn't tell where she was coming from. Like, okay, because we'd been on trips before, so is this like a trip? So like, what's going on? I want to go, you know? Yeah. That kind of thing. But little did I know, like, no, this was the next step of life type of deal.
So we actually came up here thinking like we were just going to be here for a month. This was supposed to be the start of like a nomadic journey. I guess that was the point personally. I was like, I want to start a nomadic journey. First place I'm going is New York. I want to expand. I want to learn more, do more, see more, have more opportunity. And that month changed our entire life. It really did. It did.
First off, I'd never been out of Gainesville, Florida. Well, I've been out of Gainesville, Florida, don't get me wrong. However, I never lived anywhere else. I've always home was Gainesville. But I did know that I was not going to be there forever. So I understood that.
We took that journey and we came up here to New York and literally have found so many like creative opportunities. Like, I don't think I ever really understood that, like the intersection of like hair and creativity. Like, it took me a while to realize like hairstylists are actually artists. I never really saw myself as an artist. I always saw myself as just a hairstylist. And then I moved here and opportunities started presenting themselves, and I started doing hair for like, you know, like photo shoots and like little things. It started with a music video. And then we started getting more and more opportunities, and we really started to be able to express, and I personally started to be able to express my craft in a way that was not like anything else I've seen or I've done or I've even been able to, being that I was working in a traditional salon setting and people weren't asking for anything creative. They just wanted their hair done. And it really changed the game for me because it went from I was like, oh, I don't want to be a stylist anymore. I want to just be a business owner. Cool. I got a corporate job and everything. And I started doing hair creatively, and it was like, holy crap, like, you're an artist, like, this is fun. Like, it just changed my entire perspective on like what you can do with your hands and like different ways to create other than like painting or singing or whatever the heck. For me, it was hair.
Getting catapulted into this, I was working with somebody, like an exceptional artist that was so experienced, and I came from not styling for too long, also being on YouTube University. So I felt like, I needed to spruce up my skills. Learning in Gainesville and then coming here to New York, I learned like overall I love doing locks. I am a creative beauty stylist and I can do it all, but I do love doing locks, like the reconstruction, the getting together, the transformations, and also like the smile at the end when you see the client happy.
That's what excited me again. The biggest thing was working on this film that we did last year. It was our first big project. It was called Liminality, and it actually won Essence Festival this year. Woo-hoo! And I worked with my friends Mecca and Celeste, and they really just gave us creative freedom. They were really open to like, we really want to try this Afrofuturist type of situation. And at the time we were like, okay, cool. And we'd never done it. The challenge was we had to do like 5 quick changes in the matter of each change had to be 30 minutes for different character, completely transform them. So we really like pushed that envelope and created something that I never even in my brain knew that could be created, But yeah, like I really started to see things like that. Then we worked on Jaja's African hair braiding, and that was absolutely transformational. Like working on Broadway, I never in my wildest dreams, even though I was a hairstylist, like since I was 15, I'm now 25, but since I was 15, I never even thought that like you can do hair creatively on a professional scale like that. Like Broadway was never in my sight. It was never a dream. It was never even an idea. It was just like something I never thought about.
That month rocked my world. As a girl, being like a big fish in a small pond, like New York, I had some room to breathe, okay? Like, it was just full of adventure, opportunity, inspiration, seeing all the culture and whatnot. It's just phenomenal.